normalizing making yourself happy. Nobody can bring you peace but yourself. So enjoy your life, make yourself happy, whether you're single or married.
Speak on, sorry. Yeah.
I just
Fine.
please what can you tell us about this now?
I enjoyed it.
So what can you say about the loan?
I don't know that you get that kind of clear sign. What's that shirt?
I refuse to be tagged an unfaithful wife, a prostitute, or an ashawo. Frank Edoho wife says as she tell her full side of the story with real evidence. Guys, this one is hot. She brought full evidence this time. And I know that you don't have time to read. So I'm going to read everything for you. Then after reading, I will show you all the evidence she brought out. Guys, just sit back, relax, and watch this video. So she posted on her story at the early hours of today, and she wrote, in her own words, she said, 1. Surviving Frank Edoho. I refuse to be tagged an unfaithful wife, a prostitute, or an ashawo as I have been pegged these past few days. He did not come as the most eligible bachelor. However, I love him with all my heart and soul, against the wishes of my family. Faithful to the core, he always brag about me to his friends, colleagues, and anyone who cared to listen. Frank, you must come to equity with clean hands. You must acknowledge and take responsibility to how you led us here. I was constantly humiliated, physically abused, and traumatized. You didn't know I had your password for over 3 months, frolicking with so many women, including the one you jog with at 6 a.m. in the morning in our estate. Craziest work, every time I ask we jog together, you would harshly quarrel with me and storm out the house only to go romance in VGC Park. I kept quiet. You didn't know I had your password to your computer. I had access to back statements of your movement, from lounges, bars, to hotels, to playing hookup girls, going on dates to Deborah Hotel with side chicks. Range Rover car loan I was single-handedly paying off. I constantly found cheap lip glosses, earrings, and hairbrushes after your night out. You claim they belong to your married manager's girlfriend. Your married manager, Toyosi Oyetunji, would bring in various girls for you to our shared office, and anytime I asked, you would claim they are marketers. Marketers for what exactly? I kept quiet. Sold my property that I bought with my hard-earned sweat for peanuts. The kitchen alone in that house cost me almost the amount you sold that house, because you were desperate to do dirty December. When I realized I was levied and cursed you out so bad, I was so mad at you. You breached my privacy by audio recording me. You further dishonored me by releasing those tapes to the public, which is so ironical because I have tapes for days on you from talking to your side chicks, including your noodles dick pictures that you were being blackmailed for. When you were being catfished by a girl you thought you were chatting with, I stood up to the blackmailer when they contacted me to pay, told them to go to her and do their worst. You thanked me for standing with you, remember? Recently, when you said you have found your soulmate in Tea with Tay podcast, I was so happy for you. At least you go comot eye for my body. When you and Amaka Okeke, Diary of a Lion Queen, who is a married woman by the way, you are posting yourself up and down on social media, wearing and call for events, celebrating your birthday parties by posting each other with endearing names, bestie, and attending public events, I faced my front. I kept quiet. When she moved into her home, hanging her cheap clothes in my closet that I built with my sweat and laying on my matrimonial bed, I kept quiet. I feel so sad for even talking about a man I once loved, but I must, as I have young children who would one day be able to understand their mother's side in case they get bullied with online publications. I caught you at Boho with 2 prostitutes with Ehia Yinjamaize, whom you were gallivanting with at a time. The girls didn't know I was your wife and made advance to fight me and my cousin. She bears me witness. You were soliciting hookup girls that charges 100k, sometimes 80k, sometimes 50k. Crazy work. A man that I always put on every property I acquire with my own funds with no contribution from him. A man who doesn't care, feed or provide for our kids, even till date. A man who never picked his children calls till date. A man whom I ensured made peace with his children from his previous failed marriage. You held a dumbbell and wanted to smash my face, saying I will destroy your face so no man can ever see your beauty again. When you threatened to buy me at night, I I knew this was my clue to leave and never look back. Even your sister Ene Edoho agreed that she could never get married to a man like her brother and was in shock that I covered up for you all these years. It is social mentality that men and marriage is the price that keep women in shackles of sadness or in the name of remaining in an unhappy marriage or relationship that suck the life out of them. As long as I am happy with who I am and who I am with, then that's all that matters. And if the relationship doesn't work out, we still move. Women need to hold themselves in higher esteem. To be honest, I have always lived a very private life and I can't believe that I am here having to explain and expose myself to public scrutiny, debates, skits, and AI videos. I have never cared about public perceptions or opinions, and it won't start now. Nobody even knew me as Frank Edogo's wife. That is to show you how much I protected myself in privacy. Well, now you know me as his S. But anyway, such is life, we still move.